Childhood Prophecy. One day, in 7th grade, our teacher dismissed us for an hour onto the playground for recess. 7 boys, including myself, got together wondering what to play. One of the boys said he knew a game. He tore a piece of paper from his notebook and divided it into 7 pieces. He then proceeded to write something on each piece of paper without showing it to us. Folded up each piece of paper into a tiny square and mixed them up and said, "Each person must take only one ballot and open it in turn. Each ballot will show the future of the person who carries it." After we each took a ballot, we playfully and excitedly argued about who would open their ballot first. I was the 7th and last boy to open his ballot. What was written on each ballot referred to various kinds of worldly jobs or positions, such as a teacher, an army officer, a mayor, a doctor, or an engineer. I held the last ballot unopened in my hands, obviously not knowing its content. Like the other students, I was having fun trying to guess what my future would hold. Expecting my ballot to hold some noble prophecy, I opened it, and all at once my light-hearted expectations were shattered. It said, "You will become a Christian in the future." The words on the ballot were a shocking blow. All of the boys burst into laughter, mocking and teasing me. Suddenly I became strangely paranoid, thinking that this boy must be my enemy. The humiliation was unbearable because I was a religious Muslim. I felt as though I was being accused of something terrible. Christians were unheard of in our school and region. The pressure of the moment was tremendous. I felt trapped and threatened. I thought to myself, how dare someone call me a Christian? My thoughts turned to violence and revenge. I was angry and wanted to kill the boy who wrote the ballots. I began beating him and shouting, "Why did you write such a disgusting thing for me?" As I continued to beat my classmate, he cried out in terror and fear and tried desperately to shield himself from the blows laid on him. He cried, "I did not write it for you, and the others saw that I folded the ballots very well, mixed them in front of your eyes, and no one was able to distinguish them from each other or who was going to take which ballot. I swear to God that I did not know who was going to take it. I could have picked it. We were just playing a game. No other student put it in your hand. We all picked ours before you, and you were the last one with the last ballot. You have no right to blame me." I realized that he was right. I had taken the ballot myself, and I had fought for the right to be the last boy to take the final ballot. I stopped beating my classmate, but my anger and embarrassment forced me to leave the group. I retreated to a quiet place in a corner, crying out to God and demanding to know why He would allow such a thing to happen to me. While groaning, I also asked myself a question. Why is it so hard for a Muslim to become a follower of Jesus Christ? If it was not, then I would have fun in playing with my friends, but not grief. 20 years later, after my walk with Christ began, I still remembered that game and realized it was not my classmate or Allah who caused me so much personal grief. It was the real God who had allowed that incident to occur. God demonstrated His providence through that incident in my life. I realized His plan for me had been laid out and that no one was able to demolish it. I believe He was leaving a trail of memories for me to look back on and ponder, to soften my heart and to reconcile me to Him. Through no worth of my own, God had reached into my life from eternity and left tokens of His grace so that I might become a trophy of His grace.